Motivated, I'm the truth. Going hard in the booth. All my dreams is coming true. If I can make it, you can too. Wasn't in a skipping school. Had to play by the rules. If you got dreams, don't be a fool. The process make it even cool. Gotta really pay attention. That right there is tunnel vision. Can't be falling, can't be slipping. This world full of competition. If you really tryna grow, you gotta make the right decision.
Expansion team, ISO versus the World Expansion team. This would be, I guess, AFC NFC Championship. You know what I mean? Playoffs. So that's what this would be. AFC NFC Championship. You know what I mean? Episode. First of all, let me say, everything starts earning ISO podcast. Thanks for the love and support. Please continue to listen to us. Like, rate, review. What is it? Like, share. We try to consolidate the plays. Please continue to comment. You know what I mean? Got my brother Woods on the line, man. What's going on, brother?
Ain't much, man. How you doing? How's everything going?
Man, everything's all right, man. Everything's lovely, man. Know what I mean? Can't complain. Well, we gonna start. Know what I mean? It's only 2 games left. That's why I got the sign to say Final Four up here for the people that listening to just the audio, that don't mess with the video. We're gonna say sign says Final Four because it's down to the AFC NFC Championship. But before we get into them games, man, a lot of moving and shaking things going on. First of all, I want to say, well, the big news in the NFL is, other than the games, is what's going on with your team in Dallas, man. You want to speak on what's going on with them?
Oh man, I guess they keeping everything status quo, man. Disappointing end to the year. Packers just always have a damn number. I thought it would be different this year without them having Aaron Rodgers. Just the same old shit, man. And Dak, we talk about at the beginning of the year, he got to prove himself. People was disrespecting him. He been disrespected throughout the year. Cam calling him game manager, stuff like that. He just, I don't know, man. He just, when it comes down to playoffs, just his level of play doesn't match the regular season when it counts. And for us to ever win a championship with him, I know it's not all on him, but the quarterback has to play at an elite level for somebody to win a championship. And when it comes down to it, man, Dak doesn't reach that level at like a Patty Mahomes, or Jalen Hurts. Even last year for y'all in the playoffs, he did good. Super Bowl, he played a hell of a game. You just have to step your level up. You can't turn the ball over, and that's something that Dak always seemed to do. It's just a running joke. So now that we said that we're gonna be with Dak again, they gotta make a decision whether to pay him, give him extension. I'm not in favor of that, but I guess I understand like people saying, well, where you gonna get your quarterback at from? And that's a hard position to acquire through free agency or through the draft if you draft from the high. So I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm in purgatory with this team, man. Just constantly in the same position every year, good regular season, and when it comes down to the playoffs, we always just seem to fall short. Mike McCarthy, I wish that we would get rid of him. If we're not going to get rid of Dak, I wish we would have went at the hardball. Wish we would have. I like Mike Vrabel. I just hate when the playoffs, when my team don't show up and the game not even close. Like, it's just a blowout. Like, I just want us to have more fight. And it seems like that happened, 2 times like the last few years against the 49ers. They bust their ass. We ain't show up. This Packers game, we ain't show up. Like, that shit is really embarrassing, man. And I just wish we had a coach that would bring out the best out of, our team. Dan Quinn, I wish he would, I'll keep him around, but our defense ain't show up that game. Dan Quinn should be ashamed of himself. he's a good coordinator, but people were saying he was looking ahead to maybe getting that Seattle job. Worry about that shit because our defense definitely ain't show up and we ain't stand a chance from the gate, man. And I don't know, man. It's just I was just disappointed, man. And I mean, it's a horrible feeling. That's all I can say.
Mm. Yeah, man. Yeah, but also, man, how you feel about what's going on, man? The talk was that Ceedee Lamb? Was his mom or his sister or something was talking crazy? Everybody talking
Oh
about it?
yeah, his mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
his mom. But I don't worry about that type of stuff. You always got family members chirping. I mean, what's our boy Diggs, the one on our team, he was chirping about Josh Allen or something like that earlier this year, talking about they need to get Stephon Diggs out of Buffalo. I mean, he playing in the NFL, I don't worry about that stuff, man. Could be some truth to it, but end of the day, I mean, I don't worry about that. That's family members. If you worry about that type of stuff, then you'll go crazy as far as like whoever that family member talking about. You gotta try to just block that shit out.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, I mean, moving forward, what do you think they move should be?
Oh man, I mean, shit. We need more playmakers. We ain't have a running game all year. So we need to get another nice running back because Pollard he had a chance to carry the load this year on his own and he couldn't do it. So maybe a running back and we're gonna need some offensive line help because Tyron Smith he's always he's up there in age. He's like Jason Peters was for y'all a few years ago. Always was hurt and stuff like that. So that kind of gets old. You kind of want to replace that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, 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 uh, I wish you could like draft like a little up and coming quarterback. You know what I mean? But that's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, um, I felt like the defense played real good this year, but we're gonna need a linebacker. I know that because that guy, that linebacker we had, I can't pronounce his name right now, man. Van or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. He was hurt all year, so I thought he's going to come back on our team this year. Um, Probably need some defensive line help, maybe like a D tackle or something like that. But I mean, we got the talent, man. Uh, it's really not the talent. It's just the quarterback got to step up and the coach. So yeah, so another wide receiver maybe because I don't know if we're gonna keep Brandon Cooks or Michael Gallup ain't show up. So we just need one more playmaker and some offensive line help. That's what I would look at.
Mm. All right. All right. We'll see what they can do, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that game was kind of crazy, man. I got the outcome I hoped for, but at the same time, I wasn't too worried about it because I'm like, can't worry too much about them. We got to win our game, which we ended up not winning our game, which I didn't understand that. I didn't understand Eagles fans being happy about Dallas losing when I'm like, we need to worry about our game. Okay. You know what I mean? It'll be great if they lose, but
Yeah.
we got to make sure we win our game. So how y'all celebrating their loss when we should be worrying about us trying to win? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I never really understood that. I'm talking about really, really celebrating. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about really celebrating like that was our win. No, that's not our win. That's their loss. That's
Mm-hmm.
not our win. We got to win our game. You know what I mean? And when they lost, I was like,
Yeah.
watch me lose too. Cause that's just how it is for some reason. You know what I mean? Like if Dallas would
Mm-hmm.
have won, we might have won. You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, as
Mm-hmm.
soon as they lose, I'm like, watch us lose too. Everybody celebrating the Dallas loss. I said, why now? Watch we mess around and lose too. And damn sure that's what happened. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, so
I mean, I got friends. We got friends in the group chat. And so when Dallas game happened, the Eagles fans was blowing up the group chat, talking shit and all that. So that next day we was able to return a favor on them. So I
Yeah,
mean, that was the only good feeling I had.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't understand that though. I don't. Yeah, I don't understand that. You celebrating like that's our win. No, we still gotta get our win. You know what I mean? Yeah. That ain't make no sense to me. I'm like, y'all putting all that energy into the fact that Dallas lost. Man, we got to worry about us. We got to worry about us winning our game. And damn sure, goddamn Baker Mayfield was looking like goddamn fucking Peyton Manning out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, hold on, man. Now, I mean, I understand. I mean, I'm happy he got like, now I mean, he caught his second win. Know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
he, now I mean, he was talented. Now I mean, he is talented, but goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
see, that's the see defense. I mean, I understand Todd Bowles is one of the best defensive, now I mean, coaches in the league. I mean, he that for a
Mm-hmm.
reason because you seen it. Now I mean, you seen it. See, that's what we need to get back to here in Philly, man. Defense. We about defense. Now
Mm-hmm.
I understand for the, you know, the business of football and all that. You need to, I mean, offense because people want to see people scoring points. You know, the casual fan want to see a bunch of points being scored. They really don't care about defense. They just want to see touchdowns and stuff like that. Now, I mean, what the exciting parts of the game? No, we need defense, man. Now, I mean, I understand it's a change in philosophy from traditionally how we have been right now, because we was always defense first and then try to get the offense good. You know what I'm saying? We always been defense first, man. Always been defense first. This might, I mean, I think, well, I'm not gonna say this one. I mean, you know, with I guess the change of philosophy started with Chip Kelly. Now I mean, where it just became offense first, then defense. No, Philly always been defense first, then offense. So right now it's like
Mm-hmm.
a change of philosophy now with our last few coaches. Know what I mean? Even though Doug Peterson, know what I mean, he tried to leave it in capable hands, you know what I mean? So he did pay attention to it. Know what I mean? Even though he was a former quarterback, he did try to pay attention to it. Know what I'm saying? So it was a priority of his. But Nick Nick Sirianni, I don't think it's a priority of his. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that's his priority. I think us the way that we draft, I think that's more of the front office. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been here since the '90s, and they understand that. All right, we need defense. You know what I mean? So I don't even think that these are a lot of these picks. The defense are his players. I think he's more trying to be focused on offense. You know what I mean? I guess he's one of them
Mm-hmm.
type of people. You know what I mean? Which you got to find somebody to lead it. If you want to concentrate on offense, you got to lead the defense in capable hands. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to go to Andy, because I feel like Nick Sirianni is kind of like he come from like that Andy Reid philosophy. I'm gonna worry about offense, but if you worry about offense, you got to leave the defense in capable hands. Andy Reid understands that. If I want to be focused on offense, I need my people to take care of defense. So I got to leave my defense in capable hands. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he got to do. Now he got to find his person, which I understand that. You know, we had good coaches, offensive coordinators, and they left to become head coaches. I understand that. So that's why everybody's like, "Yo, get rid of the coach." No, he made sure he found decent people, but they were so good that they ended up getting head coaching jobs. So now you got to give a man time to see if you can find some other people to fill that spot. Which I think I think Matt Patricia is probably going to end up sticking around. That'll probably be common sense at this point. Unless you're gonna find somebody better, and ain't that many.
I heard it. I don't think he is. I think y'all getting a new defensive coordinator.
Oh, so
Both coordinators. I heard y'all looking at Vic Fangio. That's what I just read today from Miami.
yeah.
He's a defense coordinator there, and then he's the head coach at Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what I'm talking about? You heard of him?
The name
Uh,
the name sound familiar a little bit.
yeah, that's what I just heard. I heard because y'all supposed to, from what I've been hearing, y'all supposed to have him last year, But Jonathan Gannon, because he was on y'all staff last year, like an advisor or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan Gannon, he was like kind of like not what's that word I'm trying to say? He wasn't being like, I don't want to say dishonest, but he wasn't telling the Eagles that he was, lined up to get a head coaching job in Arizona. So we kind of left the Eagles and like
Okay.
shambles.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? When he
Yeah.
left, they didn't have their pick with the first coordinator they wanted. They wanted to get Vic Fangio, and then he went down to Miami, and then Gannon left to go to Arizona. So
Okay.
that left the Eagles like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I think Matt Patricia gonna leave though.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he might end up leaving. I mean, especially now that Bill Belichick left New England. So they might be trying to get some familiar people back in. I'm dead serious. They might be trying to get some familiar people back in there. You know what I mean? Because they might be trying to reach out and say, okay, you know what I mean? Let's just go with familiarity. You know what I'm saying? He might go back to New England. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think he's up for no head coaching job. I don't know. Or I don't know. He may feel like, well, I'll never be the head coach there. So maybe he want another crack at being the head coach. So maybe he'll go somewhere where he think that in a few more years or whatever, if they get rid of that head coach, I might be the head coach again. You know, I don't know how he's thinking. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, hopefully we can right that ship, man. And just because right now, I just feel like our problem is all our defensive backs are kind of like old at the same time. They all like up there at the same time. You know what I mean? It ain't no real mix of like older veterans and young players. They're like all older at the same time. You know what I mean? And it showed. You know what I'm saying? It did. You know what I mean? It did show. So I don't know. I don't know if they can do some type of patchwork because I don't know what their game plan is going into the draft. Because man, y'all need we need another receiver. You know what I mean? I do feel like we need another receiver. I'm assuming that Jason Kelce is coming back because if he ain't say he retired yet, I'm assuming he coming back. You know what I mean? So
okay.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't think he's retiring. I don't. Now, I mean, I don't think he would do that because who you gonna replace him with right now? You know what I mean? You really got to. Now, I mean, you basically got to give them. Because center is, you just can't lead them high. Now, I mean, I think that he probably be like, man, I don't want to lead them like that because my position is such an important position. Know what I'm saying? That can mess the whole team up. You just try to bring another center in there, especially the center ain't as good as he was, even though he older. Now, I mean, you just because you're gonna bring somebody younger in it don't mean that they're gonna be better, because that's an important position. You know what I'm saying? Not just physical. You talking about mental, the mental aspect of it. So,
right.
I don't think he going anywhere. I don't, because if he was gonna retire, I think that he would say that. I mean, even though I listened to the show, now I mean, with him and his brother, and he was like, yeah, man, you gotta give yourself a little bit of time to make the decision. I think it's already made that he gonna come back. I do. I do. Now I mean, and then that will give the Eagles more time, a whole nother season to figure out, okay, can we go draft the center and all that? You see what I'm saying? Now I mean, or if you draft the center in like the later rounds of this draft, because right now, y'all need some defensive back, man. We need some youth, man. We need some youth straight up. And my whole thing is this. My thing is, out of all the people that don't get drafted or somewhere, or might be on somebody's practice squad, or somebody might not, you know what I'm saying, might not make it, they should be able to pull together some decent people. Even if they even if they was on other rosters, this season. Now, I mean, everybody's not keeping everybody. It's going to be some moving and shaking going on. They really got to do their homework. You need some youth in here. Now, I mean, no disrespect to the players, like I said. Now, I mean, like I say on here a lot, the fact that y'all even get up to make it to the NFL is is better than most. Now, I mean, y'all part of like I ain't even going to say 1%, less than 1%. You know what I mean? Of people that's able to play on a pro level. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing right there. But we got to find some youth. we really do got to find some youth in our defensive back because now I mean they just so happen to be getting older all at the same time, and that's not good, and it showed. Know what I'm saying? It showed. Know what I'm saying? The injury prone. Now I mean we cannot go into next season with this same group of guys. We just can't. Now, like I said, no disrespect to them, man, but this is football. You know what I mean? We need some young guys. Now I mean the defensive line. Now I mean we keep the younger guys. They trying to get young guys in linebacker. I don't know what's going on with what's his name? Is it N'Kobe Dean or whatever? Know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how he coming along because I don't see him playing that often unless I'm missing something.
He always hurt, man.
See what I'm saying? So
always hurt.
Which, you know what I'm saying? Which I know that might be. I mean, I ain't gonna jump on him or nothing like that because that might be depressing for you or something like that. I wanted to be in the NFL my whole life. Then now once I make it, now this is when I get injured. You see what I'm saying? I'm constantly injured, so that might be mentally messed up for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna jump on somebody and say, well, you draft him, he don't play. Man, you don't know what that man is going through mentally and emotionally. That you finally make it, and then this is where you constantly hurt at to the point that you can barely get on the field. It's always this, it's always that. So that might be messed up. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he get himself healthy so he can, come back and be a contributing factor and just have an NFL career. So, hopefully things work out with him to get him on the field. But right now, them defensive backs, man, we need some youth, man. They got to find somebody. They got to scour these colleges, man. Some of these other teams that probably might not be able to keep everybody. They're going to have to do some finagling, man, and some moving and shaking, man. They're going to have to. And like I said, I personally think Jason Kelce is going to be back. I personally do think that. I don't think that they just leave like that and just, okay, we just got to get a new center and everything going to be cool. No, a center, that'd be like a domino effect. You try to get a new center, unless he just so happens to be lightning in a bottle and you could catch somebody in the later round. Know what I mean? Lightning in a bottle, kind of like how Jason Kelce was, where he wasn't the biggest, fastest dude, but Andy Reid just, they staff just found him. You know what I mean? And he turned out to be one of the best ever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they can strike twice like that with lightning, you know what I'm saying? And really just find somebody that good in maybe the later rounds or something like that, or somebody that ain't nobody really looking at too hard. So, but yeah, I personally think he coming back. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, as long as they find, we need another receiver, man. We need somebody that can run around. We do need somebody that can run around and really be like that. That, I want to say how Julian Edelman type guy was. You see what I'm saying? A guy can just constantly run around all game, just constantly run around. You see what I'm saying? So we need one of them type cats. Now, we need one of them type guys, man.
But Julian Edelman, he still look like he can play, man. I be seeing him, man. Better go holler at him.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
We can find. Yeah, we can. Man, all these college players and all these guys out here, man, all these guys on these other teams, they can find somebody like that ain't gonna cost a bunch of money. They can find somebody, that type of guy, that like how Julian Edelman, like, the whole Wes Welker type dude, you know what I mean? That type of person. We need that type of person on this team that can just run around the whole game. So that way he can be the person that when everybody running around, he the person that some plays somebody that's supposed to be on him, just forget about him. And he just outrun people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of, we need that type of thing, because A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, for as good as they are, because they handling business, you need somebody else, because now people just keying in on them. Now, they going to still get their catches, but sometimes you need that, like I said, you need that person. Now you need that third option that's just running around the whole game. That can get you some yards after the catch. Know what I mean? Just running around the whole game. You need that type of person, man. So hopefully they can take care. Now they can get that done. Like I said, man, they gotta really they gotta really dig in their bag, man. And offensively, they gotta really come out with. My whole thing is the difference between last season and this season. My whole thing was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I guess the offensive coordinator we got just wanted to do his own thing. My thing is, you could have just did the same stuff that you was doing last year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was just a pride thing where I don't want to do the same thing that the offensive coordinator was just doing last year. So I'm gonna mix it up. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. But now I guess you want to come with a whole new thing, man. And yeah, they really want to get in their bag, especially with the whole brotherly show thing, because from what I'm hearing is some of these people, they feel like it's an unfair advantage. Like people really are starting to speak out about that, like they don't like that play. So now what you're gonna start seeing is, you're gonna start seeing some of these defensive be offsides and all that and not get called. Because they gonna want the play stopped. Especially when you're only people that can really do it. If everybody else can do it, you know what I'm saying, and some more teams could do it, they wouldn't have a problem with it. If we the only real team that can really do it like that, yeah, they gonna start letting that shit slide. They not gonna keep calling people offsides and all that type of stuff. They gonna start letting that shit go because they really don't want to play. They don't want to play if you only motherfuckers that can do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're not gonna be able to pretend. We're not gonna be able to depend on that no more going into next season, because they really gonna start letting these people jump all over us, get off sides and all that. Know what I mean? The more you do that stuff, the more you do that, the less they gonna call this stuff. Know what I mean? Because I don't think they like to play, man. But I think the only reason why they don't just say you can't do it is because it'll just be like it's an unfair. It's like you just singling the Eagles out. But at the same time, it's like, all right, well, we can't single them out. Could that be saying that since they're the only person that really can do it like that, we just can't single them out? But you already know that they want to do away with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're going to start seeing more and more like games or refs where they not calling the offsides. Dude, they be so goddamn low. They be so damn close. That should be crazy, man. I wouldn't want to be underneath them piles, man. Them football players, man. Man, shout out to them. Because I ain't going to be, you know what I mean? You piling all up on me. It's like a play where it's like, okay, the offensive line get low. They hike the ball and they get low. Jalen Hurts, it's kind of like how like a crossover move. It's like you froze in the time for a split second and then you move. You know what I mean? But when the quarterback move, Jalen Hurts move is really your running back pushing you. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like you running. The play is not like you running behind. You almost just falling behind your offensive line. Yeah, your offensive line is giving the initial push, but you're not right behind them. You're not moving for a split second. And then you move in, and then it's really your running back pushing you. So I guess that's why some people feel like that's not a real move. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody, I couldn't remember who it was. I was watching one of the games, and somebody was like, I just flat out don't like the play. One of the announcers, one of the analysts, I can't remember who it was. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if it was Romo or the guy that was with Romo. Somebody said it though. Now I mean, somebody out there probably hop in the comments. Now I mean, and let us know exactly who it was. And they was explaining why they don't like it. Now I mean, that actual how the play work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think the NFL like it, but they just don't want to single us out. But I don't think they like it. Now I mean, seriously. So trust me, you're gonna see more of that. Defenses being able to jump over the pile. Defenses being really be offsides and not getting called just for the sake of just stopping the play more, since if we the only people that can really perfect doing it. And then plus, if Jason Kelce leave, dog, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Because he the key to that whole play. So if he gone, you might as well scrap that play. Now I mean, he the key to the whole thing. Now I mean, his timing and all that is the key to the whole thing working. So if he gone, man, you just scrap that. Now I mean, they're gonna be stopping that left and right. And they be talking about how unstoppable it was, and then now it ain't even worth doing. So yeah, but anyway, man, I say overall, man, my team already been making some moves, and we gonna see if they can get better. Like you said, know what I mean, if they can get their offensive defensive coordinator in place and just try to get back to what they was, man, they're gonna have to do a lot of moving and shaking, man. and willing and dealing because you got to get younger in that defensive backfield, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to get younger real quick. He do, man. But other than that, man, what happened else around the NFL? The Raiders made Antonio Pierce the head coach, right?
Yeah, he's officially the head coach.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to him.
That's a good move, right?
Yeah,
right, great move, man. I didn't think he's gonna do it. I mean, I didn't think he's gonna do it, but they were just taking so damn long to make it official.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting kind of worried, but yeah, that's a smart move, man. The players really had his back. They had a ring of endorsements about him. Crosby, Devontae Adams, all of them just talk so glowingly about him. So I'm just happy for Antonio Pierce. Hopefully, they get a quarterback. They get a quarterback, they can make some noise, man, because some players really play behind them. I heard Marvin Lewis is going to be on his staff too. I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but Marvin Lewis, they was working together in Arizona State when they was remember when what's his name? Herm Edwards, he was the coach of Arizona State.
Right.
And both of them was working together down there with him, so they know each other. So I mean, it's cool, man. I'm happy for him, man. I'm wishing him the best.
What Herm Edwards doing nowadays? Is he still a coach down there?
No. He on ESPN. He just doing that
okay.
Commentary and shit. I mean, not commentary during the game. He on that NFL countdown shows and shit like that.
All right, yeah. Okay, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Congratulations to him, man. What else happened?
Yeah, you heard about Jim Harbaugh. He officially went to the Chargers now.
He went to the Chargers
officially. Yeah.
Hey, man, he went out on a high note, man. Okay, he went out on a high note, man. I mean, Michigan can't be mad at him, man. They just won him. Know what I mean? Just won him a championship. I'm gone. Know what I mean? That's the draw for winner out right there. That's the draw for winner out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Listen, you can't be mad at me. I just left you with a championship. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I kind of felt What'd you say?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, they can't be mad at him. You know what I mean? Like you said, he gave him the championship. They can't be mad at him at all, man.
Yeah, man. Left him with a championship. Know what I mean? Left him with a championship. Went on to the Chargers. I had a feeling he's gonna always come back to the NFL, though. You know what I mean? I always felt like that. That I guess college. I don't know if college is. I don't know. It just always didn't seem like college was his style. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, for some people, college is just probably their thing. You know what I mean? But I felt like he probably felt like college. I always knew he was gonna end up back in the NFL. So, the Chargers grabbed him up. So, yeah, okay, that's why everybody's talking about Belichick and Atlanta Falcons. Because I was watching Cam Newton earlier, and I was like, why are they talking about that? Like, wouldn't San Diego might be a better fit for him than Atlanta? Okay. That's because they probably already had you know what I mean? They might already been in talks with him the whole time, you know what I'm saying? So, with Jim Harbaugh the whole time. So, okay, so they got him. So they got their head coach. What's going on with Seahawks? Know what I mean? You think?
I haven't heard anything. I wish they would. I don't know, man. I don't know what direction they're going in. I thought they're going to get Dan Quinn, but I haven't heard any type of news or whether they're going to get somebody young or get an experienced guy. I mean, I don't know. I'm down with it. It's a job that people will be clamoring for as far as the top tier coaches. Like, I don't know who rushed to coach Geno Smith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking. I was like, if you coming in there, you know what I mean, and y'all really ain't got no way to draft no quarterback unless you could finagle your way and draft a new quarterback. Would you want to really take that situation? No, that's why I guess it kind of surprised people when Pete Carroll left because it was like, or not left, but some people were saying that them in the front office, they just couldn't agree to, you know what I mean? And they just come to an agreement, so he just stepped off, you know what I'm saying? That's what everybody's saying, that, you know what I mean? That they was kind of like, that they wasn't satisfied with him and he wasn't satisfied with them. So they just mutually just like, all right, man, I'm just gonna step down. You know what I mean? So now you gotta find somebody, but unless you really got a game plan to grab somebody new, like you said, man, you probably gonna end up having Geno Smith for a few years. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what type of draft picks they got. I don't know what they can do. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of assets they got that they can will and deal and probably get somebody, because you're gonna end up being and you're gonna somewhat end up being in purgatory too for the next few years. You know what I mean? Scraping together some wins, getting some wins, but then not really taking it to the next. You ain't gonna be able to make no deep run, probably with the team that you have. You gotta be able to prove. But like I said, I know that's not my team, so I'm not really up on they draft picks or what they can do. So I don't know. So I don't know what I mean. Like you said, I don't know if they gonna go with somebody like Dan Quinn for a few years just because you need somebody new. And like I said, he might end up being, no disrespect to him, he might just be a stopgap for a while. You know what I mean? Because what you gonna do? Okay, you put him on that team, then what you gonna do for the next 2-3 years? And in 3 years, you ready to get rid of him? But you still like if you don't have a quarterback, or you don't have no way or like you even have a chance of getting a quarterback. Unless you got a chance of getting a quarterback in the next couple of years, they're gonna be in purgatory. So whatever the next coach gonna be, unless you could just do a phenomenal job, you know what I mean? You gonna be in purgatory for a couple of years, and they're gonna be getting ready to tell you to step off in a few years. Because you know what I mean? Yeah. So really, you're just looking for a stopgap coach for real. Unless you just get somebody that's out of this world, out of nowhere. It can happen. Some people, they first time getting. It's been some legendary coaches that became a head coach for the first time. Eagles did it with Andy Reid. Andy Reid gonna end up being one of the best to ever do it. You know what I mean? I remember when Eagles hired Andy Reid, people was mad. Like, they didn't know who the hell he was. Like, all these other people got a name, and then you hired this person, Andy Reid, and come down to it, it was the right decision. You know what I mean? He's gonna end up being one of the best to ever do it. Even though, he always gonna be loved in this town, even though they didn't win it. Not win it all here. He always gonna be loved in this town. He really is. But when he got hired here, people was mad because people never heard of him. It was a lot of people that never heard of him. It was other people like, yo, get somebody with a name. You know what I mean? So that ended up being a great choice. So you never know. You really do never know. But at the same time,
Mike Tomlin, nobody knew about Mike Tomlin, and
right,
shit.
Right. So
he's a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
So if that can happen, they can luck up and get somebody, But I don't know. I don't think I said it's gonna have to be like somebody young, who just happy to get their first coaching job. They could get D'Amico Ryan's, somebody, is young enough to come in, man, and then turn that shit around, and they might strike gold, and that be the next coach for the next 10 years, some shit like that. Who knows? But I just got Seattle left. You got, I think, Carolina and Atlanta and Washington. I think it's those 4 jobs left. So I don't really know why it's taking so long. Maybe they're looking at coaches that's on these teams that's still playing or some shit like that. Maybe that's what's going on. But I would have thought them jobs would have been filled by now. But hey, man, let's see what Washington. That's what I'm worried about. I want to see what Washington gets to stay in our division. Hopefully they don't get nobody crazy. I thought they were gonna get Belichick, or at least try to get Belichick, but I think Belichick probably gonna go to Atlanta. But yeah, I just hope Washington fuck this up like they always do. But they got new ownership now, and hey, they might be they got the number 2 pick now. They look like they could turn that shit around, kind of soon.
They had the number 2 pick?
Yeah. What were they get? Yeah, they were just that bad. I was gonna say that they had somebody else's pick, but no, their record was just that shitty this year. I guess that's why they kept her there, so they can't keep losing games. Because I was wondering why they let the enemy be the head coach for the rest of the year. But I guess they just said, "Fuck it, let's just keep losing."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They lined up, man. They lined up for good long-term success.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, even if you got a decent, even if one of these quarterbacks do come out, because all right, you got the Caleb Williams kid, right? So is he gonna go number
Mm-hmm.
one? Is he going number one?
I mean, that's what most people think, but I don't know what Chicago going to do. Do you think Chicago going to trade a pick, or did they want to? Like, do they want to keep Justin Fields or not? That's what they number one question.
Um,
So Chicago want to keep Justin Fields. Maybe they might keep the number one pick and just draft a receiver out of Marvin Harrison Jr. or some shit like that. So I don't know, to be honest.
I mean,
I don't know what Chicago going to do.
okay, yeah, man. You might be able to get a lot for that pick, man. You might be able to get a lot for that pick. I know
Yeah.
people calling him willing to offer him something for that pick, man.
Mm-hmm.
You might be getting a lot for that pick, so we'll see what they do, man. But other than that, man, we ain't got really too much going on in the NFL. Cause we only got 2 games, man. So might as well just. Now, this show ain't gonna be that long. He said it's Final Four when they got 2 games left. So might as well just go on and get into the games, man. So you know what I mean.
All
Whenever you're
right.
ready.
All right. The first game will be Kansas City going to Baltimore. Baltimore 3.5 point favorites. Total is 44.5. Um, Kansas City, they went to Buffalo, played a hell of a game. Buffalo kind of, at the end, kind of fucked it up by missing a field goal, but I don't know. Kansas City just showed their championship pedigree, and they didn't look nervous. Even if Buffalo made the kick, I felt like Kansas City still would have went down and got the game winning field goal on them. Kansas City just looked more poised at the end of the game. Um, Baltimore, they played a hell of a game, hell of a second half last week against Houston. Started off slow, but they got their shit together. So, beginning of the year, we both picked Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl. So, I got to pick Baltimore in this game because that was our pick in the beginning of the year. And I'm kind of hoping for that. I want to see somebody new, and all respects to Patrick Mahomes and all that. And if he win, he win. But I want to see Lamar Jackson, get his time to shine. I don't know if they're going to cover that 3.5, though. I think Kansas City will keep it close. I would pick Kansas City to cover that 3.5. But also, just all throughout this year, Baltimore, when they played them tough teams, when they played Detroit, when they played San Fran, who else they played that was good? They played some good teams, and whenever they played them, they destroyed them. Wasn't even close. So Baltimore, they know how to rise to the occasion. I want to say Miami. Miami was still good when they played. Baltimore played them. They aired them out. So Baltimore, they definitely know how to bury these good teams. And so that 3.5, maybe they will cover that. But if I had to pick, I would say Kansas City would cover this 3.5, but Baltimore will find a way to win the game. And it's going to be a good game, man. I really like both teams, both well coached. Harbaugh, and Andy Reid, they both was on the same coaching staff. Harbaugh was Andy Reid's special teams coach in Philadelphia. So they both know each other.
Yeah, he one of the Andy Reid disciples. Yeah.
And that's another thing. I mean, it's just off topic, but talk about Andy Reid going out one of the greats. Like his coaching tree is just is just phenomenal, as opposed to Belichick coaching tree. All the Belichick coaching staff, when they become head coaches, they all trash for the most part. But Andy Reid, his coaching staff, Peterson, Harbaugh, they won champs, they won Super Bowls. But so I mean, to me also shows how good of a coach that Andy Reid is. But anyway, I just felt like it's gonna be a good game, man. It's gonna be a real good game. Lamar Jackson, I think he's gonna, just continue to put on the show. And he heard talks about him not showing up in the postseason. A lot of people saying he come small, and he did a great job last week in the second half, willing his team to the victory. Baltimore defense, I think, will just do enough to contain Mahomes towards the end. Uh, it's gonna be a great ass game, man, and I just can't wait to see it, man. And I really do hope Baltimore win. I think they will, man. I think they'll do enough to get the victory.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See that Baltimore defense, man, ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. If they come out attacking, and then Patrick Mahomes is still like the best in the business, but he start getting rattled a little bit, start feeling like he got to try to, be Superman. Constantly try to keep him in the game. You might mess around and make some mistakes. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the way that Baltimore play, man, they can get that Chiefs defense real tired real quick. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They can get them tired real quick, and then if you scoring, and then now that puts the pressure on Mahomes. You see what I'm saying? And he got to start throwing that ball, especially got to start throwing that ball to other people other than Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? If he got to really, really rely on some other people besides Travis Kelce and what's my man name?
Rice, he's probably the best one. One.
Yeah, Rice. Or yeah. So if he got to start going to other places, man, y'all know how that get. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he got to start depending on other people. So, we all know his go-to guys, is Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? We all know his go-to guy is TK. And,
TK.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Is TK. So, and now his second favorite option is Rice. So, but if he got to go outside of that start getting iffy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That start getting iffy. If you got to get like that to where you got to start trying to throw the ball, sling the ball all over the place. You know what I mean? We got to start trying to just sling the ball all over the place because you got to keep up to score some points. You know what I mean? Baltimore just running around. Wearing your defense out. You know what I mean? So, because that's how defense get. Now, defense get tired like it maybe like the second quarter. You know what I mean? But Baltimore running around the second quarter, and he started getting them into the goddamn, in the fourth quarter, Baltimore's just doing like running around. Chief defense get tired, they getting easy. Know what I mean? Because that's kind of like what's the team? What Baltimore
Houston?
did to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We just seen them, dog. They were just gassed. The Texans was just tired. You know what I mean? You could just tell they were just wore out. You know what I mean? They just running the ball. Now Baltimore just running the ball. You know what I mean? Just running the ball down their throat because you could just tell they were just tired. You know what I mean? That's just fatigue. You know what I mean? That's really what it was. You know what I mean? Fatigue. You know what I mean? So they can they can do that same thing to the Chiefs, to where they get tired quick. You know what I mean? If you get them tired like the second quarter before halftime, you know what I mean? If you get them tired in the second quarter, and then say we get them tired again in the fourth quarter, and then like I said, and then they scoring whenever they touch the ball, they scoring. That's gonna make Patrick Mahomes. Especially if your defense. If Baltimore defense is playing lights out, then that's gonna make Patrick Mahomes have to start throwing that ball. Slinging that ball around to other people besides Rice and TK. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
TK, that's a new one. I like that.
Yeah. I just came out of nowhere. I was thinking about that, like, I'll just call him TK. Instead of calling him Travis Kelce, so saying the whole thing. TK, I'm like, dang, let me start calling him just TK. Yeah, so, yeah, man. Like I said, if he got to start slinging that ball around, there could be some mistakes being made. You know what I'm saying? Drop passes, some deflections, you know what I mean? Pop up in the air, interceptions, you know what I mean? Going through somebody's hands, you know what I mean? Interception off to deflect the ball, something like that. But like you said, man, it's gonna come down. I feel like that's how the game gonna play out. I think that game's gonna play out to where is the pressure gonna start being on Mahomes. Not that he can't handle pressure, but it don't matter. Cause like I said, now I mean, his receivers, they got a lot of drops. See what I'm saying? They got a lot of drops. They just not catching the ball. The man putting the ball on the money most of the time. Most of the time the ball's on the money. But your receiver got to catch it. He can put the ball on the money, but if he ain't catching, the receiver don't catch it, then it don't matter. See what I'm saying? So you saying Mahomes got to do it, but really the receivers got to do it. If he put the ball on the money, you got to catch the ball. So I feel like, I mean, that could be the difference. When it's crunch time, you know what I'm saying, and you can't go to your go-to guy, you know what I mean, because it may be plays where he wrapped up, you know what I'm saying, he covered up, and you got to rely on the other people. Everybody's hands ain't as sure as his. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's hands ain't as sure as your tight ends. I think they just hit what they hit. All-time passer and receiving, you know what I mean, touchdowns or something like that. All time.
Touchdowns, yeah.
You know what I mean? In the postseason. So yeah. Yeah, so like I said, you know what I mean, if he all covered up and you really gotta start slinging, and you gotta really start slinging the ball around, because you just can't get it to him when you want to get it to him, man, you know what I mean? So that might be the difference. So it could be, it could be a close game, but it's gonna come down to who can get a stop when they need a stop. It's gonna come down to what defense can really, the guy that can just get an extra gear, and when they dog ass tired, make a play. That's what it was gonna come down to. When y'all dog ass tired, because both of them defense going to be running the hell around. It's gonna come down to who won it more, who can just get a play. You know what I'm saying? Who can just make an open field tackle, who can maybe swat the ball out of somebody's hands, or who can get, you know what I mean, deflection, go up in the air, get an interception. Who can just really got some, gas in the tank at the end of the day when everybody else is dog ass tired and can just make a play. So it really come down to that. You know what I mean? So, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I would like to see Baltimore get it, because we both said Baltimore should be go in the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore, because I think that they defense is gonna be, defense just ferocious, and they just gotta. And I think that they just gonna want it more. I just think when the time comes that somebody gonna be able to make a play. You know what I mean? Even when they gas and they dog ass tired, somebody gonna make a play. So that's gonna be the difference. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's gonna be the difference that in the game. So, I'm going with Baltimore too. So I'm just gonna go with Baltimore too. You know what I mean? So.
All right, man. I think you're gonna be. Hopefully that would be right, man. Hopefully Lamar Jackson will go to his first Super Bowl. The next game, we got two quarterbacks who got a chance. Both of them got a chance to go to their first Super Bowl. Got Detroit going to San Fran. San Fran is 7-point favorites. Total is 50.5. Detroit last week, they beat, who the hell they play? Oh, damn. I forgot that fast.
The Bucks.
That's crazy. Who did you? Yeah, Detroit beat the Bucks. Yeah, and they start off. It was a good game, man. They really, as far as defensively, they didn't really shut down Baker. Baker had a good game, but I guess when it came down to it at the end, they was able to get that pick on the last drive. San Fran, they struggle with Green Bay, and as I've been saying. I said they get a lot of injuries, man. Debo's hurt. It's 50-50 chance he's going to play. That's something you got to look at, man. Will that injury cost them this game? Debo's a very important part for the offense. And then there's no telling that they might get another injury. Like I said, Bosa always get hurt. McCaffrey always get hurt. Brock Purdy, I'm quite sure he'll be all right, but he don't always get hurt. He just got hurt last year. But you just don't know what's going to happen, man. So I definitely think Detroit will cover the 7-point spread. Kind of think they got a good chance to win, man. I don't know. That's just me rooting for them to win. I kind of don't want to see San Fran win this because they got some cocky ass fans, and I feel like they I don't know, cocky ass players, and they ain't win a championship yet, but they kind of, I don't know, act like they did. But yeah, I think Detroit gonna cover the 7 point spread. The total 50.5. That seems like a lot. I kind of like the under in that. I think that's a little bit too many points. Um, it's an outdoor game. I don't know what the weather gonna be like, but San Fran. I mean, it was raining last week, so I mean, even though it's California, it still could be some type of weather. So that kind of I really can't talk on the total too much, but like I said, I think it will go under, and I think Detroit can cover the 7 point spread. I just like their vibe of their team. Dan Campbell, he still makes some closer mistakes. You seen last week against the Bucks when Detroit kept taking the knees. Tampa Bay had one timeout left. Like Detroit was, they was snapping the ball early on last plays where Tampa Bay called a timeout on the last fourth down that would have forced Detroit to try to kick a field goal. And you never know, they could have blocked it, but I don't know why the coach for Tampa Bay didn't call timeout. He just kind of gave up. He said it was he basically just said that there was no chance for him to win or some shit like that. But it was just bad clock management. What I'm trying to say by Detroit. So I mean, he's still showing his like inexperience as far as coaching Dan Campbell. So hopefully, he don't do anything to cost him the game or something like that. Kyle Shanahan, um, I would say he's a better coach, but he also could fuck up too sometimes. I mean, everybody gonna be picking San Fran. I think everybody thinks San Fran probably gonna win it, but I do think Detroit is a live dog. I think they got a chance to win this, and I'll be rooting for them.
Okay. Yeah, man. Said that over under is like 50 something points. What is it? 50 points? Or
50 and a half.
Yeah, 50 and a half,
Yeah,
man. Man, that's a lot. That's what they expecting it to be some type of shootout? You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because Jared Goff go up there, man, and he have a good game when he's slinging the ball, and their running game is decent. They got a chance to win because it's like San Fran be having like some hiccups, man. There be times in games they just be having hiccups, like, and if it's about timing, man, right place, right time, and then we in the wrong place in the wrong time for San Fran. So I don't just think San Fran's automatically just gonna win this game the way a lot of people just think they just automatically gonna win. I don't. I do think Detroit has a chance to win this game. You know what I mean? As long as Goff, it'll all come down to Goff. You know what I mean? Of course. You know what I mean? He's the quarterback. As long as he don't go out there and then, he messing around and he throwing picks and all that and being careless with the ball. Now, it depends, like you said Deebo Samuel is 50-50 if he going to play.
Yes.
He's an important part of that offense, man. It's just not Christian McCaffrey. Like you said, man, they do have a chance. They have a chance. I really don't give a damn who win, this game, but I do feel like Detroit got a chance. I just don't think it's just mission impossible to go in their house and to just win a game. No. San Fran showing that they human. You know what I'm saying? They make mistakes too. Like I said, especially if Deebo Samuel don't play. You know what I mean? Because he's the person that get the ball a lot. A lot. You know what I'm saying? He get the ball a lot. He move him around in motion, all that type of stuff, man. He get the ball. He touched the ball a lot. So depends on whether he play or not, too. He might force himself to play. He might force himself to play, which might end up being to their detriment. Because he may not be ready to go, but he gonna go anyway, and then they gonna give him the ball. You see what I'm saying? So to me, if I was that team, like, man, I got to be 100% platinum sure that you gonna play. If you ain't gonna play, and then you just saying, yeah, you all right, yo, tell the truth if you all right or not. Because we start giving you the ball, you really not 100%. We could have switched our game plan up. Because now we gonna rely on you, and you ain't really ready to go. So Like I said, Detroit has a chance to win, man. Like I said, I really don't care who win, but Detroit does have a chance to win. So are y'all betting people out there? To me, I think Detroit has a chance, really has a chance to win, especially if San Fran. Like I said, they human. They make mistakes too. You know what I mean? Like I said, that last game, Brock Purdy wasn't looking like no world beater. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't like no world beater. So they didn't look unstoppable. You know what I mean? So yeah, go out there and Detroit can go in there and get a win. It's possible. It is possible. So, like I said, it's up in the air. For me, it's up in the air. So, Detroit could possibly win it. Or San Fran might come out and just take care of business. Debo Samuel might come out there and be able to play, and he might just take care of business. So,
yeah.
They might just take care of business. It ain't got to be no flashy win or nothing like that. Just take care of business and get the game over with. But like I said, Detroit, if Detroit don't start making a bunch of mistakes, Goff don't start throwing no interceptions and all this and that, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, you know what I mean? Being careless with the ball, they got a chance to win, man. But I'm going to go with 49ers, but I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit actually go out there and get it. You know what I mean? Did everybody be acting like it's the super craziest upset in the history of NFL, but it's really not. You see what I'm saying? I understand if Detroit win, they're going to be acting like it's just the biggest upset of all time or something like that. But no, we done seen the 49ers look human. You know what I mean? They don't like they just unstoppable, just running through everybody. You know what I mean? It's times where they look, like I said, that last game, they didn't look super unstoppable. So, yeah, man. Like I said, the 49ers is everybody's bet to win, but do not be surprised if Detroit win this game and go to the plus their tickets to the Super Bowl. So, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to act like it's just automatically going to be 49ers. Just automatic. You know what I mean? I'm not. You know what I mean? So, they should win the game. 49ers should win the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit win the game either. So, to y'all that's betting, man, good luck with that one. Because they're expecting, I guess Vegas expecting it to be a shootout. You know what I mean? So I don't know why if they thinking that, they must be thinking that, the 49ers, they defense is not going to be, I don't know, up to par or something. I have no idea, because when they talking about the 49ers defense, like wasn't they one of like the best in the league or whatever they was talking and all that, and you got Chase Young and all, you know what I mean, this and that, and so, but if you expecting to be some type of back and forth type of shootout, back and forth or something like that, then I guess they thinking that Detroit got a chance to win. So man, good luck to y'all with that.
Right. That's why it's called betting, man.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man. We'll see. Man. We'll see. Punch their ticket, man. Like I said, that's the AFC and NFC championships. Only 2 games left. So, we ain't got no other games to talk about, man. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Nah, shout out to Doc Rivers, man. He back in the league, man. Back in Milwaukee, man. Hopefully the Sixers bust their ass if we meet in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, man. Shout
to want to see Doc Rivers back on the sidelines.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Joel Embiid and the Sixers, man. 70 points. You know what I mean? 70 points in the game. That's wild. 70 points. Damn, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And only one 3-pointer. Usually, gotta make a lot of threes, you know what I mean? Lately, but hey, man, he's a different animal, man. Different animal right there.
Yeah, so no, man, other than that, man, I'm trying to wrap this up, man. Like I say, man, like to thank y'all for love and support. Thank y'all for the support that I got on the show last week. And I did it solo, know what I mean? But y'all still rock with me, man. Y'all still like the show. So like I said, know what I mean, we're gonna be able to, you should be able to get one. Know what I mean? We'll see if we can do at least a couple more, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do one leading up to the Super Bowl, or maybe one after the Super Bowl too, or something like that. and then we'll see what we can do. I mean, what we can do from here, because y'all keep asking what you gonna do when the NFL season, when the football season is over. What y'all gonna do, man? Like I keep telling y'all, man, basketball is different than football. You know what I'm saying? Basketball is like every damn night. So, you know what I mean? Man, we'll see what we can do. I can't make no promises with that, with nothing else. I'd like to thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Know what I mean? Like I said, everything start with Earning Night Soul Podcast. Please like, rate, review, share, subscribe, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Still kind of consolidate the plays. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for that. Like I said, man, thank y'all for the love and support. You know what I mean? That we get all around, no matter what I'm involved in, what we do. You know what I mean? Y'all support it. So, yeah, you want to say something to people before we get out of here?
Just thanks for the support, man. I wish everybody the best of luck with the bets, and everybody be safe out there.
All right. Well, let me say this. I mean, before I forget, we are not a sports book. These are not our gambling odds. You know what I mean? All the stuff that we saying is public information, and these are just our opinions on who gonna win. You know what I'm saying? We do not run no sports book. We did not come up with these numbers, the over under, none of that, the money, none of that stuff. So, you know what I mean? So like I said, man, bet with your head not over it. You know what I mean? Everybody be safe, man. I'll talk to you again. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Be safe out there.
All right, you too.
The world is yours, you gotta get it. No love, no love, no love, no love. No love, no love, no love. No love, no love, no love. No love, no love.